from Pink Elephant Media, and I am super excited to have Sebastian here from Scrape.io to talk about this tool that I meet so many people who haven't heard of it, and yet it's been an absolute game changer for me, for some of my clients. So I'm going to introduce you, Sebastian. If you could tell people about those that are not familiar with this tool, what it can actually do for people.
Hi, Annie. Thank you for having me. And so Scrap.io is a platform, a tool that lets you scrap, finally get leads from Google Maps. So basically, you just need to choose a category of businesses, such as restaurant, hairdresser, for example. And then a location can be a town, can be a country. And if the magic happen and we scrap, it means get leads from Google Map and then from the website, and we combine that into Google Sheet or CSV with all the data you need for prospecting. Like you have email, you have social networks, you have every kind of information you need for find a way to contact customers.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. So often when we're talking to clients, like who's your target market, and they'll say restaurants, for example, and you can literally go into Google Maps, pick a town, put restaurant, and have all of their data ready to go and create lists at a click of a button, and then be able to use it for things like email marketing, cold outreach, that sort of thing. And it's been absolutely amazing for clients of ours, because usually you'd pay thousands for that sort of list, and it being up to date, they've put the information in for themselves. Can I ask what inspired the creation of making this tool?
Well, the idea came from a client we have 3 years ago, something like this. It was a chocolate company in France, and it was during COVID-19 time. So they used to visit the shop, and then they cannot do it anymore. So they contact us to help them to get the website, the social network, the email from all this shop, pastry shop, chocolate factory, thing of this kind of business, and they cannot get them on LinkedIn, for example. These kind of people are not on LinkedIn. So the only way to get them was to use Google Map and do what we do now. So it was a test, and first we held them in France with around 20 different categories. And then we expand in Europe, and we finally did maybe 20 or 30 different countries. So we knew that there were a business because we had one client who was asking for that. So we repeat that with our customers. We have them, if they need, we can help them to get lead from Google Map. And many say yes. So at the end, we finally thinking how we can make a platform, like automated platform that can make it available to everybody at the end. And with a feature we cannot do by hand all the time, like live scraping. We wanted to have something that didn't exist on the market, like live scraping, scrape all the restaurant in one country in one button. It was something that was not possible before. So we wanted to have something very clear at the end. We just need to know if we have enough people interested in for put time, put money to create this kind of platform, because at the end, it's a lot of work to make it simple for the people.
Yeah, and it's so simple as well. That's the thing that I really like about it, is it's just so easy. If you know who you're targeting, you've got a list at your fingertips. It's literally a drop down, fill in the blanks, and off you go, which is amazing. How long has it been running for? So when did you launch?
Almost 3 years now. The MVP was almost 3 years, yeah. So we make a first version, and we ask our customers from another business to make a lifetime deal with them. Okay, you get the best price we will ever make for you, and you pay for something that don't exist yet.
God, I wish I'd been around when you were making that offer.
Maybe it was a bit disappointing because the version we have now is very different. Like it's more complicated, complex. We have filters, we have live scraping, we have many things that take time to create and add to the platform. But at the beginning, yeah, it was risky for the people to put money on something that was just an idea.
Yeah. So talk to me about how people can use this app for lead generation.
First, as you said, the best case is to know which people you need to target. for example, if you need to target restaurant, it's quite easy. But we have now filters that you can use to make it even more laser target, like a restaurant who have email address, who don't have Instagram, and who have a note and review between 4 and 5, for example. And then you get really a sharp list of businesses that you can use. So the first thing is that, and we have different kind of customers. We have people like agencies who are working for their clients. We have agencies who work to find more clients, and we have, let's say, all business who are looking for B2B business, like people who sell printers and things like this. But they need to contact a lot of all business that they cannot find easily on LinkedIn.
Yeah. And you also recently launched a Chrome extension, didn't you? That you can go into Maps and find the email addresses in an area, which was the one thing from your tool that I wish that you did, and then you did it. So I was really pleased about that. So now you can go in, because I used to go, some of my clients were like, I need to go into a whole area and look at this particular area for businesses that are suitable. So they might be in industrial parks or that sort of thing. And now you can literally go in and hover over and get that data, which is absolutely amazing. Whereas before you kind of had to know the businesses in there, it took a lot more research. So that for me was another fantastic way of being able to target those particular types of clients.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah, the extension is a good way for start and see what Scrap.io can give you at the end, because you can see in real time on the Google Map what data we will add. So at the end, you can see in real time the emails, the social networks, and everything we have in stock.
And that's fantastic, because being able to see the emails means instead of just going cold outreach, you can follow them for a bit. You can follow their posts. You can start to comment. They can get to know you. So you can warm up your leads before going straight in for the kill, maybe with email marketing. So there's that sort of getting to know you phase. So having that data is absolutely amazing, especially when you're sort of going after the higher end client rather than the lower end sort of clients where it's mass market, just go and get. If you're trying to target some big business with a big budget and you're needing it, having that warm up and having that data is really helpful. How do you keep the information up to date?
Well, it's really one feature that we are very proud about, because it was one key feature for us. It was like the old business styles of data is always you have a list, and every 6 months or every year you update it. And so at the end, when you are a customer of these kind of things, you have already a lot of things who are outdated. So we choose to do something more complicated, but more helpful for everybody, which is real-time scrapping. So basically, when you arrive on Scrap.io, you choose one category, let's say restaurant, and in London, for example, and then you have a preview of what we already have information. And then when you export, we will scrap in lifetime Google Map and then the website to put up-to-date data for you. And like this, you have always the fresh data that you can use and minimize the bad email address. But also, if you use the review or things like this, you have the freshness data that you can hope.
Yeah, amazing. And so I can hear lots of people saying, especially being UK based, GDPR compliance. So talk to me about how it maintains that GDPR compliance.
So the first thing is, on LinkedIn, for example, many companies exist, and the way they work is they try to guess the email of the people. So the email is not public anywhere in the internet. So they give you an email, and it's supposed to be a B2B email, so it's supposed to be valid and compliant. The real thing is, it's not really, because it's not public at all. What we use is only data that we can find on website. And let's say you have a restaurant, you put one email, one phone number, all data that you put on the website are public. And it's only this data that we use and put in the files. Plus, we have an opt-out option for people who want to delay their business from being scrapped again. And yeah, mostly is that, like, people put this kind of information to be contacted.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So there is explicit consent within that. And I think that's one of the things people are like, oh, we can't do that. And I'm like, you can do that. All this tool is doing is you're not having to go in there manually looking at everything for yourself. It's just pulling that data for you in a quicker fashion for you to be able to use it.
Yeah. Another thing is we keep the source, the page where we found an email, for example, or phone number. So we always keep that in case people want to know why we have this kind of contact email, and etc. etc.
Yeah, amazing. Well, Sebastian, thank you so much for coming in to chat with me about this today. I have to say, it's one of my favorite tools that I use, and I use it all the time with my clients. I'm always talking about it. So I really appreciate you coming in to have a chat. If anyone wants to use the tool, I've put a QR code up there for you to be able to scan to go in and have a look at it. Is there anything you'd like to add before we sign off?
No, it was a pleasure to be with you and talk about Scrub.io, and especially because you know the tool. So I'm always happy to talk with people like you.
Oh, well, I've absolutely loved it, and I'm really loving your new Chrome extension too. So thank you.